welcome to the Cat Collective. I'm Nina, I'm the channel for this channel. And let's start. If you find a word while I'm shuffling, it's yours. We are enchanted when the muses sing the art spirit into us. Introspection is often necessary to deepen our awareness of the unity and divinity of life, and wounds withheld support from the past can cause low self-esteem that cripples action. Oh yeah, I think you are exactly right in the middle of this, right? Oh yeah, I'm getting sad. Yeah. Let's unlock the sadness in this reading, right? Let's see. Okay. Oh. The burp. Yeah, the burp. Yeah, there we go. What do you have to release? It's the wounds. The wounds. Yeah. Oh, this does feel like homework. Yeah, I think, you know what? You're sitting there looking at inspirational. Maybe you look up people. Could be, maybe it's one person, maybe it's several. And you're wondering, how did they get there? And maybe you also are comparing yourself to them and you're wondering what went wrong in your life, why you didn't. You know, some people, they got support from the very beginning, right? And they were able to be themselves from the very start, you know. There's also something about those people that you might think, you know, you look at them, I think it just, for me it's this, because she's holding her hand like it's, you know, this is almost a metaphor for being still wounded about that you never had the support that you know other people had. You know, when you look at them, you know exactly that they had it easier than you did, right? They had a support system that was making it easier for them. You just figure, you know, you look at them and you're like, it creates a wound, you know. It's this, you know, what do you have to release? It's this wound, right? But it's this, you know, looking out of the window and just knowing that other people, you know, when you look at them, it's this, it causes almost a split in yourself, I guess, because, you know, when you are not at the point where you know who you are still, because you never knew, in a way. And maybe you try to remember by looking at the past, right? He almost looks like a hermit, right? But he's also a bit old, like, maybe you know, it could be that you look at people who just, they've made it, but they've made it in such an easy way. It just came to them, and you're wondering why you have to work for it double as hard, right? And it could be also that you are wondering, why did you choose this? You know, they always say you choose your own stuff, right? And you're wondering how it all went wrong, right? And you're looking introspective, I guess, because also sometimes if you observe those people, if you look at them, and they make you feel a bit like this because you have the sorrow of, it's not, I don't think it's envy, it's more this being hurt of injustice. Because some people, they just do what they want and then they get what they want, and it seems so easy, right? I mean, you don't see the struggles they faced during their lifetimes, right? But it could be also that you are wondering, because if there's something in common in them, it's if it's this, it's the perseverance that they have in common. It's that they didn't stop working on their success. They didn't stop working on what they wanted to achieve. And it could be that you always get thrown into this dark space, of self-doubt and of just this darkness. And it's a really deep wound. It's not just a wound that was just made, like created just like that. It's this also getting that you're also a bit angry, because sometimes we get programs installed in our childhood. It's just the way we were, when you were very sensitive and a child that was basically always trying to please others, right? That's how you lose yourself, when you just do it for others, or just do it because you had to survive in a way, and you get to learn this. And then you learn to endure it, and you learn to cope with it with coping mechanisms that are not really healthy for you in the long run, right? And now you're sitting there being a grown-up and looking at yourself, and it's almost, it's like, it's a mixture between anger and sadness. It's this, when you look at people, some people might inspire you, but there's also something that is not inspiring at looking at people who have achieved things. Because, the best example would be a YouTube success. It's just an example, but that's how we look at that. We look at the numbers, and we see that there's a certain amount of maybe they've gotten a viral video or something like that, and this made it easier for them, right? The problem is just that you look at people that are all already there, right? And especially when you are not there and you don't even know where to go, that it gets double as frustrating, because there's nothing to work towards. Sometimes people just have a passion naturally, they do it, and it just works out, right? Enchantment, yeah. It's a very magical card. And it looks like me that you also, maybe you try to work your magic in a way. It could be that, this expectation versus what happened. Maybe you expected something to work out, like you were so certain that it would work out and that it would happen, that it would bring the justice that you deserve, but it didn't. And now you're double as frustrated and wounded, which is who you when again in this place, right? That's what I'm getting. It's this enchantment, yes, but through how much should you go through? How much more should you go through? It's what, you know, it's like if we choose our life paths before we start the game of Earth, you're probably wondering what the freaking shit you signed up for, right? It's almost like feeling grounded. Not grounded in the spiritual way that, we look at the spiritual way, like bells and whistles and yay, you know, you sit on Earth and smile and, you know, like a freaking stone hippie or something like that, you know. It's not like that. It's more like, is this a curse? Like, do I really... And maybe things are also not working out and you're just wondering why. If life is testing you to break you, and what's supposed to be broken in, what's supposed to happen. I think at some point, you know, maybe it feels almost like life is almost forcing you to look at all the wounds and release them, you know, with the release card. And it's funny because the burp is like, that's a funny card. That's, for me, a burp always makes me laugh. I don't know why, but it's funny, okay? And by the way, I made it myself. This burp comes out of my throat, so yeah. So anyways, now that I've destroyed your perception of beautiful female hands, it's like life is literally forcing you to heal. And it could be that you're at the last point where you're about to, you have to heal, you know what you have to do. I think you know it. You just don't want to do it. Because you're frustrated, because you just want to skip to the good part. You want to have goodness finally, right? And now you're again in the dark zone, right? Again, maybe something didn't work out. It feels just something didn't work out. That's it. Not just one thing. It seems like it's been several things. And you know, it could be that, you know, when you expect things to happen and you're so certain of them to happen and then nothing, and it doesn't work out, then you feel double as grounded. Really like, go back and do the work. And it feels so not loving, even though in a way you probably can already sense that it's a tough love, right? From the universe. It's like, do it. It's for your own good. Do it all yourself. And do it, you know, you have to do it all yourself. Like, just feels like that, you know. And no one else can do it for you. That's the problem. But it's, again, the word grounded. It's back on Earth. Welcome to this prison. And you flew a bit high, probably. You know, when we expect things to happen and we look forward to them and we really believe them, and maybe even signs came up that you thought, well, that's that, right? Yet. And then, yeah. But the problem is with this, that we don't know the full picture, because we are just sitting here in the now, and immediately after something didn't work out, and we don't see why. It was probably for the better, just that you don't know it. So let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah. It feels like this. Oh, this is so really depressing. You know, it's like a very dark moment Yeah, that's what you want to have, right? It's just that I think you're really tired. It says love your heart. It just could be that you feel like you know, other people just get things thrown at them and it's so easy for them. It looks at least like that. You never know the full story unless you know them personally and they let you in 100%, which is very rare these days, by the way, just saying. And it's like, it just feels like you're being forced to do some things. It's almost like the universe is saying, no, you need to do what you know you have to do. There's no magic in this. At least from the point of view now. It just feels weird because it feels wrong. It's probably just so you have your own well-being. Maybe you lost it mentally a bit, you know, because of this. It's like, it's a weird, you know, it's a confusion card. It's, you know, when you, especially when you get thrown into a situation where you really were expecting that things would work out and it didn't. It's like, it leaves you confused because you thought you felt it approaching. You thought it finally would happen and it doesn't. And I guess you're just tired, right? And also a bit angry and sad about a feeling that you probably had since childhood, that other people just have it easier. Because they got thrown into a situation that was easier for them. And they got thrown into, and they, you know, they achieve things easier in a way, right? But maybe they also don't have a struggle to persevere as much as you do, you know? But maybe they don't have it easier. Maybe you just see that and assume that. You never know. Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, well, looks good, you know. Oh, but today it's like financial health. The word stands out to me today. It's this health and finances. I think that's what you need to work on. And the worst thing about those topics are they don't feel like a blessing. You know, especially when we are just so much in the density of the ground of this planet. They just feel like work. You know, health. It feels like work. It feels like you go, you know, working on your body, for example, working out, eating healthy. It doesn't sound too appealing, does it? Work on your finances. Pay off your stuff. Work, right? It's also feels so tiring and just not interesting and not magical at all. But there's so much magic in the card, right? I think the universe just wants you to surrender and not judge about the things that you think that are not nice. I guess it takes you to a way that you don't know how good it will feel once this is sorted. Just that you don't feel like doing it. Never. You never have, probably. Very depressing reading. I want to kind of skip to the good part. Yeah. Justice. those are, you know, the outcomes of this are very looking forward to. Like, it's like, it seems to me the universe wants just to show you that you have to do the work. You know you have to do, you need to release the wounds that you know you have. You know which ones. And it just doesn't feel too appealing to do that, because you know when you have to get up and do this, right? How it feels, I cannot even express it too much. It's just, yeah, do it. Oh well. Funny though, this doesn't, you know, this, all those cards, they promise so much. They promise so much, but they don't feel like it right now. It could be that this is your energy. It's this, yeah. Because you are at this point where you are not looking at this. You don't see the blessings. You are not thrilled or excited by the blessings. It's just typical depression card. So what I would suggest is go into the numb space and surrender. Work on those two things without judging it. And without thinking about inspirations, other people or whatnot, just do it. And make it like numb almost, you know, it's just, okay. Without thinking, try not to think about it. Because then there will a voice will appear in your head that's saying, I don't want to do it. No, just do it. And also allow yourself to feel the anger while you're doing it. Because I think there's a lot of anger that needs to be released. And don't even try to have fun. Know that it sucks. And just do it. You know? Just do it. And blessings will arrive. So I know it doesn't feel like it at the moment, but that's the message I have to give to you. Another guidance card. I'm not satisfied with this reading, but it's just do it. Tough love. Time to breathe. Take time to breathe out. Yeah, of course. And oh wow. Okay. Take time to breathe out is also there. So yeah, you know, don't overdo it, but just do it. And I guess, right? Yay, luck is on your side. It's just your energy, right? Yeah. So it's maybe the universe just wants to surprise you, and you don't feel it at the moment. You just feel like life is a curse. But yes. So I hope this wasn't too depressing. But there's no other way out. Gotta get through it. No one wants to have this reading. No one. It's literally like the last 4 cards. No one wants to have it. It's like, I'm gonna pick one. Cancer. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I guess. I know life feels like this, but that's the message that wanted to come through. I'm sorry. Yeah, but look at that. I know you don't see it. Yeah. yeah, so additional info is in the letter box below, and see you next time. Bye bye.